Hey y'all. Alright, today I would like to talk about self-love. And self-love is something that is really important in initiating and starting your growth into a better place. There's a little picture that I really like that says, "I am my own religion." And you seriously have to study yourself how you would any other religious book. You need to sit down, how you would do Bible study, etc. You need to sit down and study yourself. Take all the little situations as a verse. Because when you sit down and break down who you are from certain situations, you will get a better understanding of your life, of your journey. And that's what you need to do, I feel, what everyone needs to do, to just be at peace in this world, have some form of understanding, have some form of happiness with their journey, and be content and appreciative of the things that they have in life and their journey and their life. So for instance, for me, it's a thing where I had to sit down there and break down why I was aggressive. Where does this anger come from? Why am I so angry about this situation or that situation? And then I had to analyze and look, okay, it's not everything that sets me off to that level. What things trigger me off the most? And then when I realized what those were, it's then breaking down that situation. So if it's to do with a certain person, for example, or when I'm backed into a certain situation, for example, then have to analyze, then why do I react like that? And there's a reason why we do everything, because like I've said in a previous video, everybody has issues and everyone's been through stuff in their life, and the things that they've been through make them the person who they are today, better or worse. So not in a bad way, but some of our bad traits come from experiences we've been through in life, and to maybe change those bad traits, we have to understand where they come from and why we have them in the first place. So some of them are childhood issues that you wouldn't have really realized anything until now, like, okay, why am I always bothered about this or that, or why am I bothered about this certain situation, or why does this doesn't sit with my soul well, or whatever. And sometimes when you analyze these things, they take you all the way back into childhood. And it could be the way we were treated, and etc, etc. So you have to analyze that and come to some kind of balance with that. So at the same time, we are who we are, and people are who they are, and they've been through their journeys, and the way people might treat you, etc, it's not down to intent. Sometimes it's from where they're coming from their journey, from what they know. And if you can accept and understand that, that makes things a lot better for you. So the anger will subside and the anger will stop and deplete to an extent, because I feel that has happened with me with certain situations with people where I've really analysed, okay, what gets me angry, and then analysed and looked at the person like, but why have they done this, or why can't they see this? And we're all different, we're all at different places in life, and we all have different perceptions, and perception is a really key thing to how we receive things, how we analyse things, how people look at us, and everyone's perception is different, and tones of voices, little words said can change your perception dramatically. So we have to also be aware of how we're communicating with others, so that we're communicating what we actually would like the person to perceive. So when you are being shouting or aggressive with your delivery, you're not going to get across the perception or what you really wanted people to see. They're going to only perceive something else and pick up on something else because of obviously the way it was delivered. So analysing yourself, as I was saying, is really key to becoming a better you, to becoming more humble, to understanding other people and understanding the world around you. Because when you start understanding yourself, you start understanding that you don't do things out of intention, and certain people perceive you in a certain way for whatever reasons, and then everyone can change, and then you learn to how to better yourself so that the right perception and the right what's the word that they say, the right not view, or basically you're showing people what you really are, and how you the honesty, you're showing people who you really are, and the honesty that you want to come through, and your truth that you want to come through. The way how you change your communication will help you deliver that in a better way as well, and that is very helpful. Also, in regards to when I say you are your own Bible, you have to learn to love yourself as well. So no one can love you better than you can love yourself. So really and truly, when you dig down and analyze yourself and study yourself like a Bible, your love for yourself will become greater. You will know better, and when you know better, you can then do better, and you will understand why you go through certain situations. And I think that's the best part of my journey so far, is actually studying me and analysing me, because I feel like if I didn't ever do that, my life would be right now so what's the word, see, my vocabulary's not that great, but stagnant to an extent. Like, I'll just be at the same moving pace with everybody else, like I say, with society, and be on all the society's goals and aspirations and things like that, and that is just really not for me at all. I noticed when I was younger, I really tried to really dwell in what everybody was doing, everyone else was keeping up with, but really and truly, my body and my soul didn't want to do that. I was always kind of wanting to do something different, or thought this was a bit different or whatever, but I've always then tried to be part of the crowd, and so I wasn't listening to myself, which then in turn made my life kind of not happy, and not the best things were happening for me because I wasn't making the correct choices for me. So that's why you really need to study yourself, because you need to understand what are the best choices for you and make those right choices for you. You're an individual. You're different from everybody else. Your wants and needs are different from everybody else. Study yourself to the length how you would study the books, the curriculum that society says you need to know. You need to know yourself as much as you need to know your times tables and etc. You need to know yourself. Get a degree in yourself. Get a master's in self-knowledge, self-love. Those are the things that people really need to be looking at and really studying, because at the end of the day, there's no point of doing all the other stuff and you don't know yourself, because like I said, you're not going to be fruitation in life. Like, you're not going to live through fruitation in life and have the things that you're really supposed to have, that your soul was destined to have. All the things that you're worth and worthy for, those won't come to you because you're not living your true life purpose. You're not living what your soul really wants to do. You're actually changing, like as they say, you're changing your path. So we all have choices, and we need to make the correct choices for our soul, and that's doing what's best for us, not what everyone else is doing, what's best for you. Because sometimes you know to yourself, when everyone's on this and want to be going out here and want to be doing that, you're in your head like, you're only going for limelight, and you're only going to just be part of the crowd. So if that's you, take yourself away and study you and understand to yourself what is for you. That's not for you. That's not your best thing. Maybe you like to go and do something else. That's more fun for you. Maybe raving and all that always ain't even fun for you. So you need to find what's fun for you and do that. So love yourself, study yourself, and really live out what your soul really, really desires and really wants. So once again, you are your own religion. Study yourself hard and you will see the benefits that you will get. Pray for yourself, pray to yourself. You're a god, know your worth. Know your gods, goddesses, know your worth. Pray to yourself, for yourself. Do you understand? Pray to the universe. I'm not saying that there's not a higher being. But note to yourself that you are the one that makes the choices for your life. You were the one. You're the one that makes the choices. So you've got to know yourself to make sure that you're making the right choices for you. And that's what I believe.